Targaryen who sits the Iron Throne is not just a king or a queen.
House of the Dragon Season 3 is officially on the way, with HBO confirming it'll return in summer 2026, just after A Night of the Seven Kingdoms premieres in January. The update came from HBO CEO Casey Bloys, who said it'll arrive just outside the 2026 Emmy window, meaning sometime after May. Season 3 won't be the end, but Season 4 will wrap up the story. Showrunner Ryan Condal confirmed that the Targaryen Civil War, known as the Dance of the Dragons, will conclude in 4 seasons. Most of the main cast is returning, including Matt Smith, Emma Darcy, Olivia Cooke, Tom Glyn Carney, Ewan Mitchell, and Rhys Ifans. New additions include James Norton as Ormond Hightower and 2 northern characters, one reportedly tied to a major Game of Thrones family. Season 2 ended with Rhaenyra gaining the upper hand in the war thanks to her dragon seeds, while Aegon and his allies regroup. Season 3 will open with the massive Battle of the Gullet, confirmed by HBO's Francesca Orsi and described by Olivia Cooke as starting with a bang. Rhaenyra might also finally wield a weapon, according to Emma Darcy, and Condal teased a conceptual episode that will take the show in a fresh, character-driven direction. George R.R. Martin hinted that upcoming storylines could diverge from Fire and Blood, warning fans about toxic butterflies from certain changes being planned for seasons 3 and 4. After the House of the Dragon Season 2 finale got some backlash, one of the show's stars says Season 3 will fix those issues and win back fans. While Game of Thrones' final season faced criticism for being rushed, expectations were lower for its spin-off. Season 1 of House of the Dragon, luckily, was a hit with both critics and fans. Season 2, though, didn't land as well. Its Rotten Tomatoes score is 83%, down 7 points from the first season. Even George R.R. Martin criticized the adaptation, saying the producers didn't do justice to his book Fire and Blood. Olivia Cooke, who plays Alicent Hightower, told Collider that Season 3 will start with a bang. She revealed that the first 2 episodes were originally meant to end Season 2, so fans can expect a more intense, ferocious opening. She didn't give away any plot details, but made it clear that viewers should be ready when the show returns. She said, "I think I can say it starts off with a bang. The first 2 episodes were essentially supposed to be our finale last year, so you can just imagine coming into that sort of energy. It's bigger and more ferocious than ever before." According to showrunner Ryan Condal, Season 3 is set to be even bigger, adapting multiple major events from George R.R. Martin's Fire and Blood. One of the confirmed events is the Battle of the Gullet, the most devastating naval battle in the books. Speaking with Gold Derby, Condal promised mind-boggling sequences, revealing that 4 major book events will be included in the upcoming season. Season 2 is huge, Season 3 is huger in many ways. There are, by my quick count on stage, 4 major events from the book that we get to adapt and realize in 3 dimensions this season. That's really exciting on a scope and scale perspective, and I think it's the thing the show does really well. Beyond large-scale battles, Condal teased something new, an unconventional, character-driven episode unlike anything the show has done before. With key players like Prince Daemon, Queen Rhaenyra, and Aegon, this episode will explore the characters more deeply. The things that we're building are mind-boggling, but what I'm most excited about from a dramatic perspective is that we got to have a little fun this season, and there's a conceptual episode, meaning that it isn't in the traditional vernacular of what we've laid out as the structure of a House of the Dragon episode. It's very character-driven, and I think it's really great, and I'm really excited to see it rendered. Season 3 will begin filming early in 2025, though Condal has not given a specific start date. Other potential storylines include the fall of King's Landing and the intense battle above the God's Eye between Daemon and Aemond. Fans might also notice Queen Rhaenyra getting a new look. In an interview on the Happy Sad Confused podcast, she joked, "The petition I've put in is, I want a weapon. Like it's getting ridiculous. I don't even mind if it's like a little dagger, a short sword. I don't really care. All the men in the show don't have to worry about where they put their hands because they're constantly holding the pommel of their sword." House of the Dragon set photos suggest the show is ready to shake things up from the books again. Unofficial clips show Matt Smith's Daemon Targaryen interacting with two new key characters, Ormond Hightower and Prince Daeron Targaryen, the youngest son of King Viserys and Alicent Hightower. The images also feature Hightower soldiers and knights. One scene has Daemon lifting Daeron's chin to examine him. What's actually happening isn't clear yet, so it's best to take these clips with a grain of salt. Season 3 is set to introduce Daeron, who's been mostly hidden in Old Town as a squire in the earlier seasons. In the books, Daemon never meets his nephew like this, so the show seems to be making some big changes. This might tie into the First Battle of Tumbleton, with Daemon's involvement altering events. We do know that Daeron will ride his dragon Targaryen, backed by Hightower forces, as hinted at the end of Season 2. It'll be interesting to see how Daeron influences the family power struggle, especially with King Aegon II and Queen Rhaenyra both claiming the Iron Throne. Daemon might be trying to sway Daeron to support the true queen, which could have major implications for the war. Since Game of Thrones ended in 2019, fans have been flooded with spin-off news. House of the Dragon kicked things off, and next year HBO is dropping A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Over the years, tons of projects have been floated. Some made it, some didn't. There were ideas like the Sea Snake and Golden Empire animated series 10,000 Ships, and even a Jon Snow sequel. Blood Moon got scrapped, and the Snow Show was shelved. Now there's talk of a series about Aegon's conquest. Amid all that, Warner Brothers recently announced a Game of Thrones movie, and there's one story that would make an epic film, The Doom of Valyria. Valyria was a massive ancient empire in Essos ruled by dragon-riding nobles with magic. It lasted 5,000 years, but fell in a single day. Volcanoes erupted, earthquakes shook the land, dragons and lords perished, and the mighty city was reduced to ash. The cause remains a mystery. Some think Valyrian sorcerers were sabotaged, others suspect infighting among dragon lords, and there's even speculation the Faceless Men had a hand in it, based on Arya's story in A Dance with Dragons. A movie could explore all of that: the rise of the Faceless Men, Targaryens as a minor family in Valyria, power struggles, and the apocalyptic doom. The Targaryens survived because of prophetic visions, like Daenerys the Dreamer foreseeing the disaster and having her family move to Dragonstone, adding a hopeful thread to an otherwise dark story. Valyria works well as a standalone film too. You wouldn't need to know Game of Thrones to enjoy it. Its magical, dragon-filled world is more in the Lord of the Rings style than the grounded Game of Thrones vibe, making it a big, epic story that ties into the main lore but can also stand on its own. The movie is still early in development, so it'll be a few years before it lands. In the meantime, A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms premieres next October for fans wanting another trip to Westeros. Well, that's it for today. What are you most excited to see? Daemon and Aemon's battles, Rhaenyra finally wielding a weapon, or the new twists the show is planning? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any updates on this and other epic upcoming series.